I saw that. So great. And then, great. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. If I could have everybody's attention, please, we're going to start our morning program. So welcome, everybody, back to campus, and hello to those of us who are going to be joining us on our live stream this morning. I'm thrilled to see you all here today and to have seen so many of you on campus last night as we celebrated the Raisin Center's 10th anniversary. In case you missed it, many of the dishes were recipes given to the dining staff by current international students and their families. Reunion Weekend is all about celebrating Westover's past, its present, and its future, from our acts of service to the meals we eat. This morning, we will be celebrating Westover's present with updates and reports from both on campus and within the Alum Association, and Westover's past, as we celebrate the achievements of our alum, which will follow the head of school, Polly Fredlin's alum address. In addition, throughout the day, there will be lots of opportunities for you to see exactly what Westover is up to now and to see what the future holds. After this whole program, we'll head to chapel and line up for a chapel Lumina service, and you'll hear all about Lumina and how it continues the cherished chapel tradition we all know, while simultaneously creating an intentional and reflective space for Westover's current student body. Although the service largely looks and feels the same, I hope you will notice just how thoughtful the changes are. Following our alum chapel Lumina service and lunch, we'll have some very exciting activities planned. First will be a book talk with Polly Fredlin discussing The Women by Kristen Hanna, Polly's most recent selection for her head of school book club. You also may have already met some of the awesome students that are on campus today. They are here despite the fact that their summer break has already started, and we're so happy that they've decided to come back and join us. So join us in the student commons after the book talk to get to know some of them even more. And some of them are actually recent graduates who have joined our ranks in the Alum Association, so make sure to congratulate them on this milestone. This afternoon, be sure to stop by the Polina Center to check out what the students in the Women in Science Engineering program have been up to this year and to screen print your own tote bag. This signature program continues to prepare students exceptionally well for life after Westover, and I think you'll be impressed with what you see there. If you haven't been on campus in the past few years, you'll also be surprised to see how the Raisin Center has grown physically and programmatically. The center, located on schoolroom or math corridor, has become a central part of the Westover experience for every student since its inception in 2014. So stop by, check it out, and ask lots of questions. The school store is also open and fully stocked, so go ahead and see what's there between noon and 5 today, and then 10 a.m. and noon tomorrow. The store is located across the hall from the post office in the main building, and there's also some stuff in the back of the tent. Other activities on campus include a campus tour, a Planning for the Future Westover panel hosted by myself and Brooke Weiss, class of 1999. The panel will take place in the common room behind Red Hall, so please check out the schedules available behind your name tag or the easels for more options to choose from and where everything is located today. One last highlight of the day, the Young Alum Happy Hour with Polly is at 4:30 at Lee House, followed by the All Alum Happy Hour at 5:30 in Red Hall. So I hope you'll join us to celebrate Polly's first year at Westover. It'll be a time for us to raise a toast to her and get to know her and everybody else here a little bit better. So this is a really exciting time on campus right now, not just because it's reunion weekend and you get to all reminisce on your time here as you sleep in your old dorm rooms, and I heard it was pretty active and late last night. Seems like we are setting a trend. It happened last year too. As we begin this next chapter in Westover's history under the leadership of Polly Fredlin, we can all play a part. And that starts today with your presence here on campus. So as you start your day, check out the beautiful spaces, note what's the same and note what's new, talk to the students today and ask them about their year. Then go and talk about it, share what you've seen here with your Westover friends and with your larger community. You are our biggest ambassadors and our greatest asset. Collectively, we can share Westover and let everyone know the amazing things that happen every day within these yellow walls. There are incredible leaders, scholars, athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists being shaped by the remarkable faculty who care deeply about these students and their first-class education. I hope you leave here this weekend proud to be a Westover alum and excited for your next trip back. So before I let you go and continue your day, we have our Alum Association business to attend to. I have with me here the official gavel for the Alumni Association. Every Board of Governors meeting starts and closes with this gavel. It was a gift from Marion Reed, class of 1942, and the head of it is actually made from the original over tree that sat in quad, and the handle's made from the original west tree. So it's a nice little, remembrance. So without further ado, I will call this meeting of the Alumni Association to order. It's very loud if I do it next to the microphone. So in my role as president of the Board of Governors, I also oversaw the executive committee. This year, we welcomed a new team member to the Office of Advancement, Alexis Zimmerman, class of 2012. She's sitting over there. She is our Director of Constituent Engagement, and we are very excited to officially welcome her, and hopefully you'll all get a chance to meet her this weekend. I'd also like to give you a quick update on the Westover Fund. The primary purpose of the Westover Fund is to fill the gap between tuition revenue and the actual cost of operating Westover School each year. The funds raised directly support every aspect of Westover, including financial aid, campus maintenance, and every academic and extracurricular activity. The Westover Fund goal this year is $2.1 million, and I am happy to report that we are currently at 83% of that goal and hoping to even exceed that number this year. Thank you to our alum donors, and especially our reunioning alum donors, many whom are sitting here today. Many people celebrating reunion make stretch gifts, which are gifts at a level that is most meaningful to you in celebration of your reunion, and we are so grateful for your generosity. You can find our draft honor roll of donors on the boards in the tent, and there is a space before June 30th to add your name to the list if you're not already on it. While we are close to our annual goal, the Westover Fund needs to continue to grow. This year's Westover Day was on April 9th, and it was a resounding success with unprecedented participation of over 485 donors. To continue the tradition of creating confident and connected women who leave Westover and live lives of consequence, your continued participation and support are essential for our future. We are asking all Westover alums to show their belief in Westover's mission with the first or second gift to the Westover Fund this year, and we hope that you give every year. So please consider making a contribution before June 30th. You can look for QR codes on campus today, and you could also join me in making your gift a monthly recurring gift. We are so close, and this weekend's a great opportunity for us to really start to reach our goal. Every gift demonstrates our commitment to Westover, a commitment to our traditions, and most importantly, a commitment to our students and to Westover's future. So thank you for making a difference to Westover. Now I will turn the floor over to Karen Ross-Sennick, class of 1986, a governor and a member of the Governance Committee.
On behalf of the Governance Committee, I'm delighted to share with you the alums nominated to join the Board of Governors next year. Before I do, however, I want to acknowledge the governors retiring from the board this year. Kelly Morages, class of 1999, President Tatiana De Silva, class of 2007, will retire from the board after 6 years. Elise Desjardins Stanford in the class of 1997, and I will be retiring after 3 years on the board. I want to share the sincere thanks to these governors. They are loyal and committed to Westover as volunteers. Each bring their unique experience, expertise, and enthusiasm. Whether serving for one term or two, those governors have given their time, talent, and energy to Westover, and we are grateful for their leadership. I also want to extend a hearty and heartfelt thank you to the governors who continue their service. They are a remarkable group, ranging from the class of 1947 to the class of 2016, some of whom are here today, and collectively, we are proud to represent the Alumni Association. As we look to the future of the board, I'm delighted to share with you the 5 governors nominated to join for an initial 3-year term ending in May of 2027. Several of whom are actually here today, so if you'll please stand when your name is called. Bonnie Davis Gerard, class of 1956, from Claire Westerfeld Evans, the class of 1978. Heather Burke, class of 1998. Pia Furkam, the class of 2012. And Zoe Al-Tawidi, the class of 2020. May I have a motion to elect these governors? Any seconds? Any opposed? Any abstentions? All in favor? So allow me to be the first to congratulate our newest governors. These incoming members bring an incredible depth of knowledge and experience to the Alum Association. We are a better, stronger board with their presence, and we're grateful that they've raised their hand to serve in this role. I know they will accomplish great things with the rest of the board next year. I'm also proud to tell you that with the election of these governors, we maintain our commitment to a diverse, inclusive, and representative board, meeting the standards set for ourselves in the summer of 2020. This is an ongoing and every year commitment, and we aspire to be and remain a board that each of you is proud to have representing you. And I'll now turn things back to Tatiana.
Thank you, Karen. Before we adjourn, I just have one last thing to do. I would like to officially welcome Dominique Harrison, class of 2008, to the position of the President of the Board of Governors.
Should I say take over?
Hi, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tatiana. I'm super excited for what we get to do together, and I'm just grateful that we've had such purposeful leadership from Tatiana for these years. And I'm actually really excited about what we get to do together, maybe a little rebel-rousing. But thank you for choosing me. Thank you for what we get to do together. Thank you for the potential that we will be creating together. And I'm looking forward to what we get to do. So thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. Okay, so at this time, the annual meeting is now adjourned. So I would like to now introduce Head of School, Polly Fredland. On behalf of the entire Alum Association, I would like to say that we have enjoyed watching you settle into this position. Your strong vision for Westover is moving, and your unflagging energy is infectious. Thank you for bringing all of the alums on the journey with you through social media, Upfront with Polly, and Zoom events, just to name a few. So without further ado, I give Polly the floor.
So, good morning, Westover. Good morning. All right, let's hear that again. Good morning, Westover. All right. So here we are. The wind blew through the tent last night. The wobble got a little hot, and the wind came through. But the sun is here with us this morning. So let's hear it, all the Wests out there. And the Overs. Well, that spirit continues, and in just a few more weeks, including one 2-day board meeting, I will complete my first year here at Westover. And as I step back to reflect on each day, on what has brought meaning to my work, it is without doubt our students. These remarkable young people in this remarkable place, each on their collective and individual journeys from childhood to young adulthood. And remarkable young people who come here from every corner of the world: the Congo, Japan, Brazil, Jordan, Turkmenistan, New York City, and the neighborhood towns and cities of New England and the United States. And as I gather with all of you today, marking your 5th, 10th, 30th, 50th plus reunions and more, I see you as a reflection of our students today. You are the continuation of their stories, of what happens after Westover. I feel your deep connection to our students as a through line to the generational lineage of this place. You too are remarkable women rooted in this remarkable place. I have delighted in getting to know you and learn about your time here at Westover, the friendships, the mischief, the teachers who inspired you, and the formative and transformative experience that defined your time here. I am so glad that you have made the journey back to connect with this place, with one another, and with yourself within the wonder and magic of Westover. And as I reflect on our students today and all of you, I understand the deep value and impact of what it means to grow up in a place that removes the barriers and roadblocks of gender parity. I understand the deep value of what it means to engage fully with your intellect in the moment where you begin to step from childhood to young adulthood, to think critically, to ask questions, to use your curiosity and conscience to discover the truth about the world and yourself. And in a time where the default archetype of leaders and decision makers, CEOs and legislators, Supreme Court justices, and even heads of school is still male, Westover's educational model and mission to empower young women to lead lives of consequence remains relevant and necessary. Just this past week, Melinda French Gates committed $1 billion new over the next 2 years to advance women's power globally, funding people and organizations working to support the health, well-being, and power of women and girls everywhere. An incredible moment of lift. Melinda French Gates, a graduate of a girls' school, put her beliefs into action with clear determination to accelerate the pace of social progress. Done with great intention, she shared, after a difficult few years of watching women's rights rolled back in the United States and globally, I feel there is a sense of urgency about doing more to alter this trajectory. For decades, I have watched women and girls fight to get on the global agenda. It's time for women and girls to set the agenda themselves. We know that when women's participation in politics increases, corruption decreases. We know that when peace agreements are more durable when women are involved in writing them. I too believe it is women who will change this world by building bridges, breaking barriers, opening doors, and holding them open for others. I believe that women lead through the principles and power of connection. And here, our students learn to lead as heads of school and proctors and thought leaders in our classrooms, rooted in a place where the production of knowledge is generated in a girl-centered environment. Westover students know their intellect, and they are prepared to harness this to impact the world. As we finish this school year, we too are thinking about the future, on how to prepare this generation of Westover students for the world that awaits them. Earlier this year, our senior leadership team went out to visit the historical women's colleges like Wellesley and Mount Holyoke. We connected with leaders at Smith College to understand more deeply how these leading educational institutions that share our mission and history are both honoring their past while moving towards the future. At Wellesley, we learned about programming like the Albright Institute and the Clinton Fellows. At Smith, we connected over our shared commitment to women and in science and engineering, as they highlighted the legacy of having graduated the first class of engineers ever from an all-women's ABET accredited engineering program in 2004. Did you know that graduates of girls' schools are 6 times more likely to go into careers in STEM? Together, we discussed how to continue to grow and expand STEM, ensuring this current generation of women are ready to solve big problems through the power of science, technology, and engineering. And through this process of exploration, we have developed our own set of new initiatives here at Westover for the coming years, including the Westover Institute, the Oxford Tutorial Model, the Teaching and Learning Center for Academic Engagement, and a forward-focused vision for existing programs like the Ann Polina Center for Women in Science and Engineering. I would like to take a moment briefly to share with you about each of these programs designed to draw on the strengths of our school. The Westover Institute is an expanding vision for Westover signature programs, allowing students to apply their learning in order to further explore big questions facing their generation. This program will provide a platform for teachers from inside and outside of Westover to lead short courses on topics that range from entrepreneurship and finance to global issues, to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and leadership, women in science, and more. Classes will meet on Saturday mornings for 3 hours and run for 4 weeks each. The next initiative is the Oxford Tutorial Model, a program designed to house the school's legacy of one-on-one and small group student and teacher meetings that complement the core academic program. It is designed to elevate academic excellence and draw on the power of small that is the hallmark of our learning community here at Westover, a place where our students both know and are known by their teachers. The program will draw on teaching models established at the University of Cambridge and University of Oxford, which elevate intellectual engagement, independent thinking, and self-advocacy. Our third initiative is the new Teaching and Learning Center for Academic Engagement, and it will open this fall, bringing together the school's academic thought leaders into one space to elevate the art, science, and practice of teaching and learning at Westover. A modern spin on the traditional learning center, this lab will merge research with practice to support students and teachers alike through innovative programming like the Resiliency Project and the Oxford Tutorial Model, along with key educational partnerships with challenge success and real discussion. And last but not least, we will look to reestablish new partnerships and a forward-focused curriculum for the Ann Polina Center for Women in Science and Engineering. As a result of this remarkable program that was established in 1992, generations of Westover alums have boldly stepped into research, leadership, and innovation in STEM fields. Over the next year, WISE will pursue reestablishing a key partnership with a leading college, university, or research institution to serve in an advisory role for the program. In addition, WISE will develop and launch a computer science curriculum focused on AI, preparing Westover students for a future that will be impacted by this growing technology. And I would be remiss if I did not share that the recent years have presented significant challenges for Westover. Leadership bumps and transitions and the unprecedented impact of the pandemic have in many ways strained the school's financial resources. And while we are on the rise, we can use your support, whether through your engagement and advocacy or directly through philanthropy, to reach our goals. We are stronger when our alums engage, care for, give back, and imagine this big, bold, wondrous tomorrow with us. Together, we can build on the strength of our past to fortify Westover for this next generation. I hope that after learning a little bit more about what is on the horizon for our beloved school, that you will consider joining me to ensure we successfully launch these initiatives and imagine this future together. So as I look ahead to the rest of the weekend, I am delighted to get to engage with each of you. I want to thank Kim Hoagland, our board chair, class of 1969, for her partnership, support, encouragement, and deep and abiding care for Westover this year. I also want to thank our trustees, past and present, who are here today for your stewardship and care of Westover over the years, and encourage anyone else who might be interested in serving in this way to connect with myself or Kim. This weekend would not have been possible without the ongoing commitment and service of Tatiana Da Silva from the class of 2007, who of course is serving in her final term as president of Board of Governors. I am so pleased her service will not end this June as she steps in and stays on at Westover as a trustee. Thank you, Tatiana. I am also delighted to welcome Dominique Harrison, class of 2008, into her new role as president of the Board of Governors. I am so grateful to Tatiana and Dominique for their service, and all past and current members of the Board of Governors for your meaningful contributions to Westover. Our alum community is vibrant and engaged because of you. Thank you. So I hope you continue to soak in all the big and small moments of being back here on campus this weekend. Come stop by my office at the bottom of the stairs in the main hallway to grab a summer reading book from my free library with amazing books available all year to students, faculty, families, staff, and alums. We also have a summer book bingo card to inspire you, a fun way to step into summer together. I look forward to seeing each of you throughout the weekend. Of course, I have finishing up my inaugural year of the Head of School Book Club, and I'll be joined by Tony Hamner, class of 69, Annette Collins, class of 74, and Tammy Beecher Walker, class of 76, to discuss The Women by Kristen Hanna, a New York Times best-selling book about the Vietnam era and the small and large acts of heroism by women in war that are so often overlooked. We will talk about Westover during that time and gain their insights and have a wonderful discussion. And like most book clubs, you don't have to have read the book to show up. They are about building community and connection and conversation, and I hope to see you there in Red Hall at 1:30. As Tatiana mentioned, I also hope to see our alums who are celebrating their 5th, 10th, and 15th reunion up at Lee House, our home, up the hill at 4:30 for some drinks and appetizers. Thank you to Mary Reisner, Sarah Sipo, Alexis Zimmerman, and the entire development staff for all their work behind the scenes. There are so many people here at Westover who have made this weekend happen. Let's give them a big round of applause. And I will end with my gratitude for my family. Who have supported me in this big leap, in this big year of commitment and dedication and time. My husband Cameron and Sigrid and Louisa. Like many women, we are connected to our passion and our purpose and to our families as well, and I could not have done this without them, so thank you. So I'm now going to hand it back over to Tatiana, who's going to continue the program.
Thank you, Polly. Alum, as you meet Polly today and in the future, share your stories. Tell her about your Westover, how this place molded you and shaped you and sent you into the world to do great things. So we are almost done, I promise. We are going to now do the awards ceremony, but before we bring up our first presenter, I just want to highlight a couple of things. So Bonnie Gerard is here today, not only to represent the class of 1956, but also as a new governor. She traveled from Maine, and we cannot be more excited to welcome Bonnie to the Board of Governors. The class of 1974 is celebrating their 50th reunion this weekend. So thank you all for being here. And then a big round of applause for the class of 2019. They are by far the class with the most members in attendance this weekend, and their coordination and dedication to one another and to Westover is quite something. The class of 1964 had the highest participation in the Westover Fund for all reunion classes. Okay. All right, so now I'll bring in the presentation of the Alum Association Awards. This year's slate of honorees is a remarkable group of Westover alums, and we're so thrilled to honor them today. The first award, the Distinguished Young Alum Award, will be presented by our incoming Vice President of the Alum Association and a member of the class of 2008, Hannah Gottlieb.
Hello, and thank you all for being here. My name is Hannah Gottlieb, and I am the Vice President of the Board of Governors as of today. It is my honor to present the Distinguished Young Alumna Award today. This award is given to an alumna 5 to 15 years out of Westover School who is inspired as an intellectual, artist, athlete, philosopher, or entrepreneur, and who demonstrates integrity, responsibility, and commitment to community in accordance with the Westover mission. I have to say that every year that I've been a governor, my favorite meeting of the year includes when we review the Alum Award nominations and getting to hear about all of the amazing and truly inspiring things people are doing out in the world since graduating. This year, we are recognizing a scientist and entrepreneur who is using ingenuity, creativity, and cutting-edge technology to help us all breathe easier. Mimi Kagawa, class of 2009, spent her time at Westover being an integral and vibrant part of the community. Involved in Model United Nations, a varsity lacrosse captain, first head of Dorcas, and third head of school, she has a long track record of leadership and service. Mimi holds 2 master's degrees, one in business and geoscience from the University of Edinburgh, and one in design engineering from Harvard University Graduate School of Design. While at Harvard, Mimi was part of a team that developed Tina, a 3D printed platform with cultured bacteria that can remove heavy metals from contaminated ecosystems and aims to pull manganese out of water and repurpose it for lithium-ion batteries. Tina, Mimi, and the team were awarded the Fast Company Linda Tischler Award at the 2023 Innovation Design Awards. Curiosity, ingenuity, and community are at the core of Mimi's research, finding creative ways to leverage existing materials to unlock incredible insights and transform the world around us. Her thesis research, creating the first lateral flow assay menstrual diagnostic, named Zia, is now entering clinical testing. Through this work, they were able to detect early signs of HPV and dengue in women's menstrual blood to improve women's access to care and advance the research in menstrual diagnostics. Today, Mimi is the CEO and co-founder of health tech startup Zeph Technologies. Zeph is an AI pulmonary rehabilitation platform for patients with chronic respiratory disease. Their proprietary technology measures essential cardiopulmonary biomarkers that stream into software to personalize remote exercise plans, track improved pulmonary function, and build better adherence and outcomes for their users. Zeph was a first-place winner at the MIT Healthcare Competition and Harvard Innovation Labs grant winner. Most recently, Mimi, along with her team at Zeph, was one of 3 entrepreneurs to win the Ignite Golden Ticket Pitch competition held in Dallas. Ignite is a nonprofit organization focused on engaging dynamic executive-level women to build relationships and generate innovative ideas and solutions to impact the future of healthcare, basically helping to drive the future of healthcare forward. I am honored to stand here today and recognize the achievements of my dear friend and fellow alum. I present the 2024 Distinguished Young Alumna Award to Mimi Jandro Kagagwa, class of 2009. Congratulations, Mimi.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much to the Board of Governors and alumni for this incredible honor. I'm thrilled to be here today to receive the Distinguished Young Alum Award. When I learned I was receiving this award, the first thought I had was, I can't wait to tell my mom. Because in all seriousness, she deserves an honorary Westover degree for the number of times she was summoned to the headmistress's office because I had gotten myself into some kind of trouble. Now, it's not because I was a bad kid, but as Mrs. Polina would say, I would always let my curiosity get the best of me. And as a young, hormonal teenager, desperate to be out experiencing the world, being told lights out by 11 p.m. didn't bode so well and created some inner turmoil. But while this burning curiosity has at times worked against me, for the most part, throughout my life, it has really been one of my biggest strengths. And I'm so grateful to Westover, Mrs. Polina, and my teachers who nurtured that curiosity and who helped me harness it. They gave me tools to take into the world to help me integrate my curiosity. They taught me how to inquire thoughtfully, how to inquire with confidence and conviction, yet always with humility and compassion. Spooky. It's at this intersection of conviction and compassion that I have forged my life's work. My North Star, which has been to bring together advanced technology, science, and design to help people live longer, healthier, and happier lives, specifically underserved communities, and namely women. Currently, as Hannah kindly mentioned, my 2 companies are Zeph, an AI software company that helps chronic respiratory patients, which I originally built for my mother, but is also serving the 17 million Americans and the 600 million globally who struggle to take a breath. And Zia, that provides women with a low-cost multiplex diagnostic that uses menstrual blood to detect hormones like HbA1c and FSH, as well as diagnose diseases like cervical cancer and dengue. Interrogating taboo places to search for novel biomarkers was not easy. Beyond the countless lab hours, it also meant standing up to highly credentialed scientists at MIT and Stanford who said there was no foundation for that kind of science. It required that I make my case for this unconventional idea, which took burning curiosity, coupled with confidence and determination. After several years of persistence in novel scientific disciplines, last year, the first menstrual diagnostic was approved by the FDA. I attribute many of these learned qualities and skills to my 4 years at Westover, where I had the space to cultivate who I am as well as my imagination. Whether that meant manifesting a sense of exploration in the Westover woods during Alice Halloran's biology class, or learning about leadership and organization in my leadership positions, or simply having the time to dissect the powerful allegory in Moby Dick. Or possibly when learning to be open-minded and embrace that which I do not understand when devising new ideas for Dirge, after sort of accepting I was on board with this weird tradition. And of course, these experiences would have been nothing without the friendships I made. The women who got into the mischief with me, who today are my investors, my advisors, my co-conspirators, my cheerleaders, and my best friends. And so thank you again to Westover, the alumni, the Board of Governors for this incredible recognition. And thank you to my mom for inspiring me since day one. Thank you.
Sorry. Congratulations, Mimi. I will next introduce Habiba Karoma, class of 1997, for her presentation of the Miriam DaCosta Willis, class of 1952, Award for Social Justice.
Thank you, Tatiana. Good morning. My name is Habiba Karoma, class of 1997, and I'm a proud member of the Board of Governors. I'm here today to present the Dr. Miriam DaCosta Willis, class of 1952, Award for Social Justice. Established in 2002, this award is given in celebration of an alum who has made a significant contribution in the advancement of social justice through their advocacy, activism, and leadership. The award's namesake, Dr. DaCosta Willis, believed that education was a tool that positioned one to give back. She blazed many trails and was an activist, an academic, and an author. Notably, Dr. DaCosta Willis was Westover's first African-American graduate, the first Black graduate with a PhD from Johns Hopkins University, and in 1965 was the first Black faculty member at Memphis State University, even though she was denied entrance years earlier because of her race. Examples of her advocacy, activism, and leadership are far greater than I could share with you today. The recipient of this award is someone who's blazing her own trail in education and working fiercely to give back. Rochelle Sinclair, class of 1999, has dedicated her career to roles that support education, access, and equity. Rochelle received her bachelor's degree from New York University in finance and management and her MBA from the University of Michigan, beginning her career as a strategy consultant with PricewaterhouseCoopers, assisting clients through mergers, acquisitions, and growth through innovation. This all changed in 2011. When fueled by her passion for equity and liberation, she transitioned to social impact work through a fellowship with the Broad Residency in Urban Education. Over the years, Rochelle has launched a statewide school improvement initiative at the New Jersey Department of Education and designed a teacher development program at Harlem Village Academies. She served as executive director in New York for One Goal, where she led her regional team towards increasing access, opportunity, and post-secondary completion rates for thousands of students across New York City. Most recently, Rochelle joined Arbor Rising as a principal, utilizing an engaged approach to philanthropy, by providing financial support and in-depth consulting to high-potential social change organizations to help grow their ideas into powerful forces for change. Grantee organizations invest deeply in human potential, such as early childhood development, school enrichment, interventions, and job training programs. Rochelle's advocacy and leadership did not begin in 2011. She was a leader at Westover. She served as the third head of school, as well as head of WIC and WALSA. She was also in WISE, Yearbook, and Glee Club, and played on the varsity basketball team while at Westover. Of her career, Rochelle said, after spending many years as a strategy consultant, I switched careers because working toward educational equity was my personal passion, and as I learned, my professional purpose. The faith that we can and will positively impact the lives of Black and brown students is what motivates me every day. The work she does and the passion with which she does it is something to celebrate. It is my distinct honor to present the 2024 Dr. Miriam DaCosta Willis Award for Social Justice to one of my dearest friends, Rochelle Sinclair, 99. Please join me in celebrating her today.
Thank you, Habiba. Hello everyone. Thank you so much to the Board of Governors for this award. I think of the namesake, Dr. Miriam DaCosta Willis, who I didn't have the pleasure of meeting, but I think about the bravery and the courage that it took to be the first young Black woman or young girl to integrate the school in 1950, and then for her to go on to do a lot of many other firsts, and the doors that she opened so that me and countless others could walk in her footsteps. So I'm honored just to even be considered in the same category as such a powerful woman. You know, this award is meant to recognize advocacy, activism, and leadership. So it's only fitting that the first social justice action that I've ever taken was here at Westover almost 25 years ago. But when I was a student here, I didn't think I was going to dedicate my career or really even my life to social justice. After I left high school, I went on to college and I studied finance. I wanted to be a businesswoman, and I became one. I was a strategy consultant for a number of years, which was fun and challenging and interesting and hard in all the really great ways, but it wasn't my passion. The thing that I really truly cared most about was helping Black and brown people move closer to love and liberation. So after 7 years in the business world, I decided that I was going to switch careers to follow my passion and my purpose. And in a lot of ways, I credit that to Westover. Having grown up in the Bronx, I went to public schools from kindergarten through 8th grade. And then I came to Westover, and when I had those two experiences together, I was able to see educational inequity firsthand. When I was leading a nonprofit organization helping students enter college, I often would reflect on my experience here at Westover. I had such an incredible time here. I was nurtured and supported, and I had resources, and so many people poured into me and believed in me. And I often wish that that was an opportunity that all students were able to get. I wanted more Westovers in the Bronx and all over the country. And so that's what much of my work has been about. It's been about opening doors for others, being a champion for equity, moving myself and those around me closer to love and liberation so that all of us, truly all of us, can be free. I want to thank you all again for this award. It is so great to be here. So great to see so many dear friends and loved ones. And thanks again.
Congratulations, Rochelle. So I will next introduce Kristen Hartley, class of 1976, for the presentation of the Mariah Randall Allen 42 Volunteer Service to Westover Award.
Thank you, Tatiana. This is the second year in which I've had the honor to present the Mariah Randall Allen 42 Volunteer Service Award. And it's a particular honor for two reasons. I was given the gift of having known Mariah Allen, as well as having known the recipients of the awards. So I can confirm that both recipients embody the inimitable spirit of Mariah Allen, which is not an easy task, in how they were at Westover and in who they are today. It is my honor to present the 2024 Mariah Randall Allen Volunteer Service Award to Elizabeth Spencer. This award is given to an individual in recognition of her significant service to Westover and consistent support of the school. The award honors an individual who has, through her work as a volunteer for Westover, demonstrated an outstanding loyalty and deep commitment to the mission of our school. As Senior Philanthropic Advisor from Middlebury College, Elizabeth, class of 79, brought her extensive experience in the field of educational development to her role as a member of Westover's Board of Governors starting in 1991 and on the Board of Trustees from 2015 to 2021. Elizabeth has been a long-time volunteer for Westover, including service as class secretary, development committee chair, and as a reunion chair. Elizabeth's been a consistent donor to Westover, including the past 33 consecutive years. Prior to Middlebury, Elizabeth held development positions with Yale University, Dartmouth College, and Sea Change Capital Partners, in addition to serving as consultant for Westover's Office of Advancement. Elizabeth is a founding member of Journey Gives, a nonprofit created to assist individuals in raising philanthropic dollars while traveling the world. Her alum relatives include an aunt, the late Patricia Spencer Simons, 37, and two cousins, Patsy Simons Taylor, 68, and Bettina Tuttle, 78. Elizabeth is an over. She was involved in drama club. Senior year served as head of the social committee, first head of outing club, on chapel committee, and served on the WIC. She was also varsity soccer and lacrosse and was a photographer and layout editor for the WIC. What always stood out for me about Mariah Allen was her dazzling smile and dancing eyes, and both of these are alive in Elizabeth Spencer, as she too carries that ineffable spirit of saying, of giving of herself to others, and of saying, yes, 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 I will. Thank you. Check out these
Hello,
eyes.
Westover. I hope everyone's reunion is off to a splendid start. I'm so sorry I'm not joining you in person and joining my classmates for our 45th reunion. My ski season ended abruptly the day before the total eclipse in Vermont when I fractured my tibial plateau, followed by some surgery, lots of new hardware, and 8 weeks of non-weight bearing. I am, however, overjoyed and a bit flabbergasted to receive the Mariah Allen Award. I had the enormous pleasure and privilege of working with Mariah when I was on the Board of Governors. I was always in awe of her knowledge, her enthusiasm, quick wit, and graciousness. She loved the school and her community and dedicated an enormous amount of time and energy to both. While I will confess that I believe my volunteer service to Westover pales in comparison to Mariah's, I promise to pay it forward in future years. I have never hesitated to answer the call from Westover. I cannot begin to repay the debt I owe to the school. Simply put, Westover changed my life. Through the tireless dedication of a group of faculty many of us loved and challenged in the classroom, Seamus and Bruce, Terry and Alice, Miss Newton, Annika, Mr. Mulder, and of course, Ann Polina, these very special educators tamed a hot-tempered, high-energy, distracted student. Through their perseverance, I learned to love learning. I overcame a dislike of math and fell in love with geometry. I discovered a love of the sciences and of art history. I may have struggled through basic design, but I learned to love the creative process, and I made lifelong friends. One of the true rewards of serving in a variety of volunteer roles at Westover were the wonderful friends I have made across several decades. Westover women are amazing. If you have not had the experience of working side by side with women older and younger than you that share the deep bond of a common cause, I encourage you to give it a try. I promise it will be inspiring, joyful, and very satisfying. I look forward to working with our new leadership team and our new head of school. Thank you, Polly, for joining the team. In closing, I want to acknowledge I am not the first member of the class of 1979 to receive this award. My classmate, Sarah Bliss Siemens, received the Mariah Allen Award in 2019. Sarah has served Westover in a variety of roles, but her most important one is being the anchor and the connection to her classmates. To all the volunteers in the room, thank you for your service to Westover, and have a wonderful reunion. Hello, Westover.
It is now my distinct honor to present the 2024 Westover Award. This award, first given in 1954, is presented by the Board of Governors on behalf of the Alum Association to a person associated with Westover School whose tangible accomplishments are significant and who, in life and spirit, has exemplified the Westover motto, to think, to do, to be. This year, the Westover Award is presented to Marky Culver, class of 2004. Marky is remarkable. She always has been. During her time at Westover, she served as second head of West and first head of school. She played volleyball and soccer and participated in class senate, dial tones, and the drama program. She also went on exchange to Truro School for Girls in England. Following Westover, Marky attended Furman University, where she received her Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. She then went on to receive her MBA from Washington University in St. Louis and completed Stanford University's executive program in social entrepreneurship. In the middle of this educational journey, Marky served in the Peace Corps in Rwanda from 2010 to 2012. And it was in this experience that she found her calling, to provide financial and social empowerment to women on a global level. In Marky's own words, as was typical of the Rwandan village I lived in, I was eating one meal a day in an act of solidarity. One day, in response to my own hunger that I knew the community shared, I wanted to increase my caloric intake and baked a simple loaf of yeast bread. Soon, women in the community showed interest and asked to learn how to make bread, so I taught them. The women loved the bread, but more importantly, I saw what they did with their bread, and I had two aha moments. The first was when women immediately gave the bread to their children, and I realized this could be a way to address malnutrition. And the second was when women reported that they had sold the bread at local markets, and I noted the demand. Ultimately, I realized that bread has the incredible power to uplift communities and tackle food insecurity, and the seeds of the Women's Bakery were sown. The Women's Bakery is a nonprofit organization that teaches local women in East Africa how to make and sell nutritious bread and manage a profitable bakery, and Marky is its founder and its CEO. Through the Women's Bakery, Marky has given women the tools they need to change their lives and the lives of their families, to find financial independence and social empowerment, and to have the power of choice. In less than 10 years, the Women's Bakery has expanded to 7 bakeries, 3 owned and operated bakeries in Rwanda, 1 franchised in Uganda, and 3 bakeries in East Africa that were trained through the organization but now operate independently. Under Marky's leadership, the Women's Bakery started the One Bread Project with the goal of improving the health, well-being, attendance, and performance of school children in Rwanda. This initiative began in 2019. At the end of that school year, 463 children were being served every day. As of March of 2024, over 20,000 school children are being served every day. The One Bread Project hopes to feed 100,000 students a day by 2025 and 1 million students a day in 10 years. I mentioned that Marky was first head of school at Westover, and in fact, she was my first head of school my freshman year. And she is a remarkably core part of my freshman year memories, and I remember her so well for her warm smile, her kind spirit, and her quiet leadership, 3 qualities that she's clearly taken with her since she left Westover. She really was and is the kind of leader that everybody loves, and I admired her then, and I admire her now. She truly embodies to think, to do, to be. And I hope you all leave here today as inspired by Marky as I am to use your talents in a way that fulfills you and serves the world around you. It is my distinct pleasure to present the 2024 Westover Award to Marky Culver.
What a wonderful human Tatiana is. Thank you all very much. Thank you to Westover, thank you to the Board of Trustees, the Board of Governors, and thank you, Westover. I'm truly honored to receive this award and to take the advice of my father, who is inspired by Woodrow Wilson. I will be brief, I will be brilliant, and then I will be seated. So I'm very honored to receive this award because I love Westover, and Westover's motto, to think, to do, to be, has always resonated with me. And I do mean this sincerely. I remember seeing the seal over the front door on my first day of school thinking, these single-syllabic infinitives matter. And they do matter. I also remember listening to Mr. Hungerford in chapel reflect on this motto, likening Westover's creeds and traditions to the quietly powerful and lasting stone walls that dot the rolling hills of New England. And I also remember thinking my senior year that if Sarkis thinks that he can teach me the impossible of math, then I can certainly be anything. And for me, this motto really was a higher calling. If I'm lucky enough to be able to think and to do, then I should try my very best to be. In my opinion, Westover is a school that helps students tap into their full selves, cultivating and nurturing their academic proclivities, expanding and fostering their abilities, and readying them for tangible, meaningful applications of their learnings, their individual and collective power in the world. Westover certainly did that for me, and I feel so lucky and so grateful. How lucky are we all as a community to have a school like Westover, dedicated to unlocking education's power for so many students. Thank you all very much.
Wind keeps blowing away. My script. Okay. Our final recipient will be introduced by this past year's head of athletic association, Maya and Sarah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maya Taylor, and I am a recent graduate in the class of 2024. I represented Westover on the volleyball, basketball, and tennis courts as a varsity player, and it is my honor to serve as first head of athletic association this past year.
Hello, my name is Sarah Harlow, and I'm also a recent graduate of the class of 24. I represented Westover as a varsity athlete in volleyball, swimming, and softball, and it was my honor to serve as second head of athletic association. As of last week, Maya and I officially joined the ranks of Westover alums, and we are very happy to be among so many of you this morning. We are even more excited to present the 2024 Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Molly Hubbard, class of 2009, in recognition of her considerable athletic achievements at Westover and beyond.
Molly's induction will come as no surprise to anyone who knows her. During her time at Westover, she was a 4-year member of the varsity tennis team, which won 4 consecutive CIS-SACS championships from 2006 to 2009. She was an individual fight 3 New England champion and a member of the national championship squash team, set as a school record with a 14-match squash winning streak. And she was awarded the Kaiser Athletic Scholarship Award at the Orchard ceremony.
In her senior year, Molly served as an AA head and was awarded the Tin Mug Squash Award. She went on to play squash for 4 years at Middlebury College, where she set the freshman year record for the most wins in the season, 20 wins. And she finished 11th in the nation.
It is with great pleasure that we announce the Athletic Hall of Fame induction of Molly Hubbard, class of 2009. Well,
Good morning, everyone. I'm humbled to be standing here today accepting this honor. To be recognized among such outstanding athletes and contributors to our school's athletic legacy is a tremendous privilege. As I reflect, I'm filled with gratitude for the countless opportunities and experiences that Westover has afforded me. Before I started here, I had no idea what squash was. I had to Google the rules before JV tryouts, believe it or not, and lucked into the last spot on the JV squad. By the time I graduated 4 years later, I was captain of the varsity team and on my way to play collegiate squash at Middlebury College. This is a direct testament to the coaches, teammates, and mentors I had here during my 4 years at Westover. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. As many of you here know, athletics have the ability to teach us valuable lessons. Lessons about discipline, hard work, resilience, pushing you to improve with each point, within each game, and within each season. Sports teach us at an early age how to celebrate wins and how to bounce back from defeat and injury. It necessitates a growth mindset that says, hey, I might not have won this time, but I'm gonna come back stronger next time. For me, these are lessons that have stuck with me long after the end of my college and high school athletic careers, and I believe have helped me become a better person, friend, colleague, partner, and mother. In recent years, we've witnessed a profound shift in the landscape of sports with an increased focus on participation and recognition of women in all levels of competition. From grassroots programs to professional leagues, more than ever, women athletes are breaking barriers, shattering stereotypes, and inspiring future generations to dream without limits. Coming from an all-girls high school, I always knew there was great power of women in sports. The increased visibility of the resilience, determination, and passion that have propelled our newest generation of legends to greatness is truly inspiring. I'm honored to be a very small part of this legacy and inspired to continue to commit to creating a future where every young girl, including my 1-year-old daughter here today, feels empowered to pursue her dreams, athletic or otherwise, with unwavering confidence. Thank you again to this community and the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee in particular for this incredible honor. I'm truly grateful. Cheers.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you to our award recipients, thank you to our award presenters, and thanks to all of you for being here with us today to celebrate these remarkable alums. Please enjoy the rest of your brunch before we line up for Chapel Lumina in the main hallway. As a reminder, the youngest classes will line up closest to chapel, and we'll work our way down with the class of 1959 lining up in Red Hall. So please make your way towards the main building before 11 a.m. if you plan to attend Lumina. Thank you.